Hello, everyone. This is Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. And I want to thank all of you for being here. I am streaming. This is the Thursday stream, and I will soon start playing a banjo song, a song on the banjo, at the beginning of every Thursday stream, but not right now. I have to wait till the summer actually starts and I have time to get the banjo back under my fingers. So I'm Trooper SJP, streamer and game master and banjo picker and all-around nerd, academic, and let's see. Hey everyone, let me, hold on, there's a thing happening right there. Boop. There we go. Hey everyone, I'm seeing you here, but I don't see you here. I am doing very well, Artie Snack. I think that... Do you know what I think? I think I have to do this. I'm experimenting on something. Because I think the problem is the Twitch iOS app is not doing what I want it to do. This is my suspicion. Let's see if I can find, I don't know, me. We do need someone to play. You know, the kazoo is an awesome instrument, and it was... I don't want that. I want, I don't know, this? Sure, let's do that. No, I want Safari. Ooh. It was a very popular instrument for a while, in a serious way, where people were, you know, they played it, like, not as a joke, but as an actual thing. Here, I know what I can do. And then I go here, and then I do... Boom. Let's see if that will get me here. Start watching. Put on mute. We're good. All right. So, I'm in my chat room on my iPad, and if you say something, we will see what happens if it shows up. So, here we are. It's here. I need a haircut very badly. It is true. And I know that you are judging me right now because I need a haircut so badly because my hair's too long. Oh, you finished writing my part of the Legion story. That's amazing. Also, the chat works when I go to the Twitch on the website, but not through the Twitch app. So now we know. This is all good news. So let's see. What else I want to tell you? I want to tell you a couple of things. One, I am streaming tomorrow at this time because the next 3 Saturdays in a row I cannot stream. Tomorrow, this coming Saturday is the final presentations for all of my students' final work. So I cannot be there. But I want to make sure I stream 2 times a week because we are 5 followers away from me having 50 followers, and if I have 50 followers, then I might be able to be one of these new Twitch affiliates of some sort, and then we could have a icon. What do you call it? You know what they call it. We can have an emote, right? It could be amazing. So anyway, we've got the minutes, we've got the streams, we've got the concurrent viewers. All we're missing are the 50 followers. So, 50 followers is the goal, and that means that I'm going to be streaming on Fridays this month so that I can get my 7 streams in, and then we're going to be awesome. It's going to be really great. Yay! And I think what we're going to do is we'll do Dragon Age Inquisition on the Fridays because we can't do that on Saturdays. And at the moment, I'm working on going through the Roll20 tutorial and figuring out everything I need to know about Roll20 so that I can do a test of a tabletop on Roll20 and see if I can get it to work and, you know, do the overlay and all that stuff that you need to do, apparently, to make, to make it work. So let's see. What is next? Okay, so we have Friday streams, we've got affiliate program, we've got banjos, we've got some tabletop, I think we've got everything. We're going to play Orwell. I looked up how long Orwell was. There are 5 days. We've done 2, so there are 3 left. I don't know how many days we'll get through today. We will see. But we're going to do it. If you remember, we are now part of a... we are sort of surveillance... we're surveillance people for this creepy government, and we just stopped a terrorist. And unfortunately, because some people can't take a joke and don't understand sarcasm, one figure is now in trouble when she really shouldn't be. So we're going to go and start the next our next installment of Orwell, and we're going to see how it goes. And I'm excited. So, let's go back here. Profile 1. Days on duty 2. We're logging in. Ooh. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Please wait. Logging in. Yeah. Hey, how is everyone doing? I see Artie Snack and Jer. No, is Jer there? I think Jer's there. Artie Snack and PH. I want to know how everyone is doing. Ooh. Logging in. Summary, day 2. What do we have here? We probably have nothing good. I'm really suspicious. Alright. We have Harrison O'Donnell. He's our punk rocker torture. He was a guest student at Abraham Goldfell's course. He shops very frequently in a drugstore. He has 2 health insurance plans. He left the Thought Group. He writes for the National Beholder. We know his address. He rejects the governmental position. He might have tried to hide his past to secure his current job at the National Beholder. Juliet Carrington. She was a former student of Abraham Goldfell's. She works at Rosentech as a PR assistant. Although I don't think she does anymore. Oh, no, she still does. We most probably caught her lying about going out tonight. We know her address. She appears to be an important member of Thought. PH, stay up a little bit, but then go to bed. You know, do what you can to make sure you get sleep. Global. Oh, here's the global stuff we didn't see. Assault. There's another bombing occurred at Stellingen University. Identical letters reached authorities. 2 bombings must be connected. Thought held 3 protests. The group has held 3 demonstrations, the location of which seem to match the bombing locations. Thought is inactive. The bombings may be the deeds of a single individual, which we think it is. The Circle Mall bombing prevented. We stopped the bombing at the Circle Mall. Abraham Goldfell's immigrated to the nation in 93. Seems to have founded a blog called The Thought, associated with the group The Thought. He was a media ethics professor at Stellingen University who quit in 2016, and we have not seen him since. He disappeared, causing inactivity of Thought. And he recruited members for Debate Club. There's this target person, Nina, who we think did it, right? She got recruited for Thought by Harrison O'Donnell. She has an aversion to law enforcement, and a protest in a mall was based on her planning. Although, it could be her, could be Juliet Carrington. And then, terribly, Cassandra Watergate, we have found evidence for torturing someone else, which is not true. Ugh, Symes. Ugh. He just doesn't... He's dumb. And I feel super guilty. And she cooperated during the investigation, and I feel so guilty. So let's go to the next day. Next, episode 3, Unperson. I suspect that it's just going to get worse for all of us here. Torture? Yes, torture is bad. But, oh, what is this? The hero returns. No, it's all fine, really. You deserve the credit. Really? What do I deserve the credit for? Let's see what this is. Continue. At least for me, because you'll never get a public one. Just imagine your name in big letters in that T&B article. This Nina character is the final member of Thought that we don't have concrete information on. Since she's the one who planned the protest at the Circle Mall, and now a bomb has been found there, she is now of special interest to us. her stance toward law enforcement just gives us one more reason, as you found out yesterday. Focus on Nina, but keep watching all the others too. Well, let's see. We've got some breaking news. Yes, right? We found the bomb at the mall. That's where we ended. We found the bomb at the mall, and we know that there's a mysterious woman named Nina who might be... bombs are bad. Bombs are bad, okay? So we need to find out who Nina is, what she's about. If you want to know, I'm drinking cranberry apple raspberry flavored juice beverage. So let's see. Breaking news. The National Beholder, the leading newspaper of the nation, fast, precise, honest. Yeah, Cassandra does seem to be in the middle of everything, but I think that I don't think she did anything. An explosive device, breaking news, explosive device found at the Circle Mall. An explosive device has been found and disarmed at the Circle Mall in Bonton. There's the archive. Bonton, after a sudden evacuation and thorough search, a device. No, actually, we don't know why she's been framed. I actually don't think that she was framed on purpose. I think that she just happened to be there and people jumped to conclusions. I think that she has bad luck. That's what I think. I think that people just jump to conclusions without doing really good investigations. And that's why I think that she keeps getting caught up in it. It's my thought. After a sudden evacuation and a thorough search, a device which has been identified as a homemade bomb has been found by police forces at the Circle Mall. The device has been disarmed by specialists on site. Although authorities refuse to comment at this time, it is suspected this might have been the bombing announced earlier by the letter found at the previous bomb site. We will continue our report as the situation develops. For the moment, it is strongly advised to keep clear of the area around the Circle Mall. So, let's see, what else do we have here? There's some headlines we haven't looked at. I suppose we should check that out. Investigators avert catastrophe at the Circle Mall. Or maybe she tortures her friends. I don't think she really tortures her friends. We still don't know what happened with the cop and her friend, as she did assault the cop, I think, because they were harassing her friend, right? So I think that basically, right, so she hit this cop with, I suppose, a brick, and because the cop was harassing her friend in some way, we don't exactly know what happened. That's a bit of a question. But because of that incident, I think that she then got on the radar of the police of the nation. They just sort of went to her for everything. But it doesn't look like that she was involved in these bombings at all. Maybe she does torture her friends only a little bit, but if it's consensual, then it might be okay. Oh, look at this. The National Opinion, be on watch. We have a new columnist. Column author Harrison O'Donnell reflects on last week's article and calls on the citizens of the nation to show courage in the face of terror. Well, let's see. Oh, this is, if I remember correctly from our, I think I've got his voice. Let me see. So let's get something abundantly clear to begin with. I feel bad. I feel like a fucking moron, and rightly so. In last week's NO article, I blabbered about how some bombs would soon go off in Bonton or Fairview. At that time, just to advertise my point of view. I'm truly sorry for everyone involved or affected by those terrible events. It was never my intention to ridicule or trivialize the attacks in Bonton. Well, if you've not been living under a rock, and a massive boulder at that, for the last couple of days, you absolutely must have heard that is pretty much exactly what went down. It's far beyond I hate to say it, but I told you so. Yeah, that's right. He's a dude, brah. Yeah. Thanks to efforts of our government and safety bill, the latest attempts have now been prevented. Finally! A kick in the terrorists' butts. Naturally, there are still tons of critical questions. How the hell is this possible to begin with when we have all the CCTV and new safety regulations out there? Why spend so much money for mechanisms that don't protect lives as they should? Why is there still no real suspect in sight, not even to mention in custody? These questions neglect one fact, though. People killing asswipes are among us. They are our neighbors. They are like you. They're like me. Mind you, they're most certainly not like me. It's tough for cameras or other automated safety systems to recognize a criminal or terrorist before he actually commits a crime. They cannot look into houses and certainly, thankfully, cannot look into the soul of a passerby. We, the people of our great nation, must grow ever more vigilant. We ourselves must stand up for our safety, alongside of high-tech security mechanisms, as those can only work in addition to our own perception. Let's not get intimidated and not back down to some shitheads thinking they can spoil our way of life. Report suspicious things going on as soon as you learn about them. It's your duty to the community, but mostly yourself. Loose lips can also sink terrorist ships, figuratively speaking. Yeah, he's just, he's really... Ooh, what do we have here? Predicted assaults only to underline argumentation. Pro-security mechanisms. Call people to take on their own safety. Yeah, so let's... Yeah. So we have to put some of this stuff. Let's say... We're going to put that in there. We'll put up... He's right, we cannot save everyone, but we're still the watchful eye of the nation. Yeah, whatever, Symes. So here's this thing here about, in last week's article, how he sort of blabbered, but he said he was never involved. I don't know how true this is. I mean, we can put it in there for now. Yeah, I also think he's just a moron. I agree, PH, I think he's just a moron. I don't want to clear this off just yet, because what if that's just a cover and he's just using it as a way to throw off suspicion? Movie release endangered by lawsuit against director. Ooh, let's see. Movie director Iran sued by lead actors over breach of contract. Post-production of Grey Shadows Part 3 is on hold indefinitely. Release on Valentine's Day is endangered. There have always been things have always been tense between actors and eccentric director Sumishi Aran. So, Hilbury. It has been a tough wait for fans of the ongoing Grey Shadows saga. The final act of the trilogy has already been postponed several times for a multitude of reasons, and now there seems to be yet another real threat of delay added to the list. Rhubarb Productions, the studio behind 100 Grey Shadows, today announced that post-production duties would be suspended until further notice. It was then reported that the suspension was due to a pending lawsuit filed by the lead actors Mike McDeal and Betty Avon against the movie's director, Sumishi Aran, who allegedly breached a clause in their contract. Yeah, we're still being Big Brother. Krellin, we're still being Big Brother. The agreement clearly stated that no images of the movie would be made public without explicit consent of both actors, which was not the case for the edited movie poster Aran had shared online on Thursday. This has put the expected Valentine's Day release in jeopardy. Fans have been taking to online message boards, sharing theories that the lawsuit and other holdups during production have been arranged to cover up a desolate state of the movie. As a result, the Rhubarb Productions Timeline's profile has been bombarded with messages of anger, with rabid fans wanting answers. In the meantime, there is also news that it's sure to soothe the fan spirit. McDeal and Avon have announced on both their websites that they have resolved their issues and are a happy couple once more. We are on day 3 of 5. So there is one more thing in that headline, but I don't know about all that. Oh, hey, a new article. Investigators avert catastrophe at the Circle Mall. Third bombing in Boynton Mall averted due to investigative success. Delacroix gives confirmation of efforts. Once again, Boynton has become the center of attention due to a terrorist threat, a terrorist assault, except this time, it has emerged unscathed. Due to the efforts of the Special Investigation Unit, the last in a series of 3 previously announced bombings has been averted. The proposed scene of the crime was the Circle Mall in the center of Boynton, which was locked down and secured by police forces yesterday evening, right after the investigation team managed to correctly estimate what location the terrorists were aiming at. Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, gave a short conference to representatives of the press. In it, she stated, the successful prevention of the bombing attempt to be proof for surveillance and investigative measures to be functional. The search for the perpetrators of these nefarious acts of crime would now be the top priority for the investigators, who have substantial leads. Yeah, the movie poster and image of the movie. I know, right? I agree with you, Krellin. It seems like there's a lot of shenanigans going on there. That's what I think. So, we apparently have something going on in the listener. Let's see what we have. Oh, Harrison O'Donnell has an email, it looks like. Let's see. If you remember correctly, everyone, he's being blackmailed by some sort of hacker. So, that's what we have going on with Harrison O'Donnell. He's being blackmailed by a hacker. So let's see. From an unknown person. Hey, forgot to charge my phone tonight, and yeah, so I have to do this old-fashioned way. I really wanted to thank you for the very nice evening. I haven't enjoyed myself so much in, well, ever. Only to be taught by that night, that is. Winky face. I was hoping you'd drop by CCC and come pick me up tonight. We are being blackmailed by someone, this is true. We can cook together, maybe watch something, and who knows, maybe continue to where we left off. You in? Smiley face. Honey, I just realized that I've never been to your place. Even for all these years we've known each other, so... I figure you're hiding another love affair of yours there, are you? Probably your ex. One you've been talking about ever so often when I was around, or this girl that always yammering on about how she despised the safety bill? Nina, I think? Come to think of it, for all that torment, you owe me big time. So really, really, I demand to come to your place. Love you, Marka. So it looks like we have some info on Nina. Our Nina hated the safety bill, but that is not at all surprising. Where's our Nina? There she is. Let's put that in there. Why would someone oppose the safety bill? We have the lowest crime rate in years, or possibly ever. Symes. You and me, we have a job thanks to the bill. Yeah, I don't... The safety bill is actually related to the safety dance, and you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. The only reason to not support it is if you have a dirty past. I don't even feel good about this. With the situation as heated as it is, this sounds like someone we should have a very close look at. We need a full examination. First, a concrete background. Who is she? Second, what motivates her? What does she want? And finally, where was she around the time of the bombings? Yeah, I get it. We gotta figure out. Oh, hey, entry 6 of the thought. We were able to get access to one of these entries. Let's see. Oh, this is written by Concerned, who, we have some questions about, actually. Let's see. War on Indifference, published December 2015 by Concerned 1. The indifference toward their own rights is a worse enemy than the government itself when we are to overcome privacy-destroying surveillance laws. We are in a state of war against our own government. The declaration of war is the safety bill, the only gain of which is reinforcing the chokehold the party has on us. With this bill, they are screwing every single citizen of this country. Yet most people are ignorant to this. Most people simply don't care about their rights being wrestled from them. Why bother when I have nothing to hide, is their default excuse. They feel safe in their cozy houses, while the government slowly puts the muzzle to their forehead, ready to pull the trigger any second. With our move on the crowded Circle Mall in Bonton yesterday, the first shots have been fired toward the lurking indifference among the populace. But they were merely warning shots, a friendly reminder that it's about time to take sides in this conflict. We cannot tolerate indifference. We will not accept it. If you are not with us on this, you're against us. Yeah, clearly, Concerned 1 is Nina. Let's see. Let me just click on Concerned 1. Contact. Nina. Yep, that's Nina, all right. We've uploaded that information from her. So that's something. Let's go back. Frankly, I was in shock when I heard of the events in the mall. How you in particular incited the crowd to directly threaten the visitors. Now I'm even more astounded by your writing. I agree people being oblivious in this matter is the problem's root. We have discussed this many times. We must get their attention carefully, though. Through interesting and remarkable events, we must make them think. Scaring them to death is the exact opposite. There seem to be some disagreements about how to handle this. Let's put this in here. Scaring people to get attention to one's message. Really? This is what thought is about? No, it's just that one. Scaring people is convincing them, Abe. People will only care about things that pose immediate threats to their life or lifestyle. Your own words. Surveillance is just too abstract a topic, too far away to grasp. They don't feel the danger of it, so we made them feel. It's as simple as that. Goldfield says, let us follow your argumentation for a moment. What did you achieve then? You just upset innocent bystanders in a time when they are already deeply unsettled. This is the exact reason why they are so afraid and yearn for safety in the first place. You have to just proven them and the government right. Violence cannot be the key, and thought shall not stand for that. Oh, this seems like we can put that on him. That he is no on the violence. Concern says, let's go back to Nina. Violence? There was no violence. No one was hurt. Frightened at best. I know, right? Extremists are scary. Honestly, I think it wasn't even enough. We made some local press, but the big fish T&B didn't bite. No big deal at all. How are we going to reach the broad audience? The rethinking you wanted, if you're not willing to let us do something about it. Let's put... Alright. Hancock. Ladies, gents, can we all calm down a notch? Abe, you're totally right. We are fucking fire starters. We got a little bit carried away by the euphoria of finally getting our message out there. We didn't think straight for a moment. It's not gonna happen again. Says, Hancock. Let's put that on there. Ha! Afterwards, they're clever and feel sorry about their actions. It's always the same. I wish Subs wouldn't talk to me so much, you know? Because he's not really my friend. Concerned. Thanks for stabbing me in the back when I needed you the most, Harry. Goldfell says. This is not the right place for a discussion of this magnitude. We will have a word about it in our next meeting. Okay. Let's see what's happening in the listener. Oh, we have new emails. I feel a little creepy spying on people's emails. Although, side note about spying on people's emails. Since I'm a university person and I use a university email, the university can just look at my emails anytime they want. So I feel like it's almost the same. Anytime they want. Hey kiddo, you're abso-fucking-lutely right. One could rightly call that evening mind-blowing. And of course I'll pick you up tonight. I like this more you were talking of, and I think I'm in need of it big time. But let's not stay at my place tonight. It's utterly unfit for a lady like yourself. No lovers hidden there, only not-so-hidden leftovers and laundry. Especially not Juliet. Haven't heard anything of that bitch in months. I'm done with her because I'm with you now, my Marka. Pinky swear. And Nina? You mean anything will set me off angry outburst, Nina? Don't even get me started on her. She was my partner in crime a while ago, so to speak. That's it. So, babe, see you around 8 straight tonight. Much love, H. So let's see. I think let's put that that she's now, they're over. They're done. They've broken up. I'm thinking not literal crime, right? Juliet and Harrison were together? That one's news to me. Guess it doesn't matter. Seems to be over now. Yeah, we're not gonna see. She was my partner in crime a while ago. It says here partner in crime, so we're not putting that. We're gonna disable that one because Symes is stupid and does not understand things. Nina needs to go in here. Let's find Nina. I think that we should probably get that she gets angry outbursts Enraged outbursts? Interesting. Keep looking for a reason behind this. Maybe there are reasons. I don't know. Yeah, not literal climb. And then let's say... plan to stay away from his home on Saturday. Just in case. And then we have, Nina in chat. Nina's in chat, everybody. Angry Nina. Let's see. Hey, Sylv. Hey, Nina. What kind of voice do you have? I just wanted to ask if everything is fine. Yeah, don't worry. We're having a great time. Thanks for taking care of... thanks for taking care even though it's Saturday. Don't mention it. How are you feeling? Still shitty. What is this conversation about? What's it about? Nina, I hate to say it, so don't hold it against me, okay? I'm fine. No, you're not. You're worrying me. You always look so sad. Nothing to worry about. Let's give this person a different voice. Anything new on the love front? No. Fear led to anger, and her anger led to hate, now suffering, and also sad. Only idiots on this singular portal thing recommended Sylv. To know how you got to find John among so much crap. I'm gonna remove the account. Yeah, it's 99% fools, but just keep it tight. Someone will come to the rescue. No thanks, I can rescue myself. I've gotta work now. Thanks again, Sylv. Call you later. See you, girl, and cheer up. Alright, so let's see. We've got some Nina info. One, that she always looks sad, which is different from angry, so maybe that will be interesting. Could be relevant to find out what about. And then she's got a singular portal. It looks like we have a document because we're creepy Big Brother people. Let's see. Singular. Oh, it's singular. Welcome. Don't be single, be singular. Continue to your profile. Wow, it's great. Your profile. Hello, concerned one. Great to see you again. It's a good day to fall in love. This is your public profile. Everything you enter here is visible for any visitor. So at least we're looking only at her public profile and not private things. So that's her. Let's put that photograph up there so we know what she looks like. She's in the Boynton Fairview area. I know we get her dating profile. Born October 85. She's looking for men 35 to 45. Let's see. Not sure this is helping. Symes, let me do my thing. Let's see. Go to gym. Jim knows how to train. She's 6'1". She is athletic. She likes hiking, climbing, Asian food, and the Beatles. She doesn't like Suits, most movies, candlelit dinner, so don't even bother with that. We're gonna put that in there. Yeah, you're just a couple weeks too young for her. You can't date Nina, who might be crazy. I'm just saying. We don't know, actually. She might be an extremist who's super violent, or not. I don't know. It might be Juliet. What is your problem with Suits, huh? So, she likes hiking. I wonder if that might mean something. Symes won't think so, but I'm going to put it in there. Alright, so we have these recent profile visitors that we can't get anything out of. Let's look at your opinions. Your opinions help us compare yourself with potential matches. Your answers are private, will only be used for your match score calculations. Here are your answers so far. What are you looking for most in a potential partner? True love, honesty, financial stability, and independence. Interesting. Financial stability. Well, let's put that in there. That doesn't sound like doesn't sound like you're... Who doesn't need a little bit of a reliability in their lives? She's striving to find that stability on her own accord? Any reason why she craves stability? I was thinking that just didn't make her seem like a big, huge revolutionary. That's all. How long do you wish for your next relationship to last? A couple of years, forever, about a year, months. I'm only looking for short term. A couple of years. Would you consider allowing your partner seeing other people? Yes. Would you consider dating someone who does not want or dislikes children? No. What places would you like to go on vacation? The seaside, the mountains. How interested in politics are you? She doesn't want fidelity. It's interesting. Maybe she's just open. She's very interested in politics, which I think is fine. I just saw PH's comment that is not her real photo. I think that's really interesting. Let's see. In the end, it all comes down to what degree of interest and which agenda. You know, Symes. So okay, look, I want to tell you all, just so you know, I don't like Symes. I don't like working with him. I think he's the worst. And I think he's dumb. This is just all I want to say. She's a dog person. If you turn a left-handed glove inside out, it fits. What is this question? She says. And then we have some conversations. To start a new conversation, visit the profile of your match. You may close a conversation whenever you feel like it. Your match will then be unable to message you unless you open it again. Conversation was started by Pretender 80, a 34% match. Pretender says, "Hey there, just saw your profile. You seem quite nice, so I wondered, do you have any more pictures? If so, let me know. Looking forward to hearing from you." She did not care about that. Super Randy and Wise Sam. Let's see, Super Randy. Yeah, right? This is what I'm saying. Super Randy. "Hey, Blondie. Just came across your profile and got stunned immediately by your striking beauty. I just had to message you. I wonder if you would spare some time for a lonely heart like me and go out with me sometime. We could go out and have a drink at Frank's. You know that one, since you're from Bonton too, right? What about the weekend?" Blondie? Seriously? I don't recall anyone ever call me Blondie, and I'm an 80s child. Great, me too. So when are we going out? We're not. Now I totally get why you were over 30 and still single, arrogant bitch. That was Super Randy. Nice guy. Here's Wise Sam, an 80%. 87%. Wise Sam. Hi, concerned one. I just read your interesting profile. It left me dying for more information. Now, here I am asking away like you requested. If you dislike candlelight dinners and movies as you stated, guys will probably have a hard time dating you. That makes me wonder, what is it that you would like to do on a potential first date? Of course, I could resolve to just ask you out to the local Chinese place around the corner and just abandon all the candle part of the dinner, so that does seem a bit straightforward. I could really use a helping hand here. Care to lend me yours? Cheers, Sam. Hi, Sam. It's kind of refreshing to read a decent message from time to time. Super Ready sounds like he was pulled from a real-life conversation. This is so true. I agree. I agree, Jer. If we were to go on a date, just ask me out to this local Chinese place you mentioned. I don't care much for dating rituals. By the way, name's Molly Schwartz. You can call me Molly. Oh, her name's not really Nina. Of course. Let's update that. Molly Schwartz. She's using a fake name, and such a peculiar one at that. Relax, Symes, relax. Hi, Molly. Oh, great. Suits me well, because, no kidding here, I don't like this stuff either. I think most guys don't, though it is nice from time to time, especially with the right woman. Speaking of which, I was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about you, what the person behind the small picture and all those separate chunks of data is like. What does Molly do for a living? What does she do when she's at home? Does she live all alone, or is there somebody waiting for her? Does she often get to climb? Please, Molly, feed a fool craving for each bit of knowledge about you. Don't let me starve. Cheers, Sam. Molly is the fake name. Yeah, I don't even know how much realness we got going on. Hey, Sam, you're quite the dramatic guy, aren't you? Anyway, here I go. I work whatever I find, aka temp work. Hope you weren't looking for someone with a shiny job title. I live in a small flat in between tons of industrial waste. Still with me? I indeed don't live alone. There's a special someone in my life. It's a man. He's very, very important to me. He's also the reason I don't get to climb as much anymore. Jealous already? Don't be. It's my son, Michael. Huh. So let's say temp work. That's fine. And she apparently has a son named Michael. Theoretically. A single mother. Doesn't seem like the type to be involved with terrorist attacks. That's true, Symes. It doesn't. I think it's Juliet. I think that maybe Juliet's a big ol' murderer. That's just my current theory. Work easy. This is a temp agency. We're logged in as Molly Schwartz. I like how we can just log in using her account. I'm sure it's totally legal. I'm sure it's not legal. How creepy are we right now? Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Looking for a job? Looking for temporary staff? In both cases, you've come to the right place. With Work Easy, you have the nation's largest database of more than 47,000 reliable temp and part-time workers, and over 5,600 high-profile employers right at your fingertips. For convenience and safety, we offer escrow payments, connecting temporary employees with employers of many areas: repair and maintenance, administrative, retail, service. So, here's a photo of Molly Schwartz. It actually looks like her. That could be her. Alright, let's see. Let's go with the smiling one. So, temp work seeker, employer satisfaction 4.5.5. See recent jobs and employee feedback. Let's see. Can provide the following services: cleaning, groundskeeping, customer service, maintenance, mechanical repairs. Let's put that in there. Some of her skills. Registered, she's been here since 2013. Level of experience, she's a Work Easy star. She's taken a lot of jobs, most of them in house cleaning, then groundskeeping, then maintenance, then customer service. Extras. We'll work 10 plus hours per day. We'll work nights. We'll work weekends. We'll work holidays. $8 an hour. Let's, she works long and hard, also on the weekends. I know the mechanical repair is interesting. Look at us, working on the weekend. Symes, shut it. It's different, of course, when you're a single mother. That must be tough. Yeah, Symes. And then we get her email. And we have her address. Oh, there's a, what is the, show the conflict, but we don't know it yet. So we have an address, but we also see that we have some kind of conflict that we don't know about yet. So, looks like there's still one more thing going on here. I don't know, my friends. Let's go to the listener and see what's happening over there. We have her email. Just as the Prime Minister leaves, the weather's getting shittier. Oh, there's a bad weather, apparently? There's bad weather where I'm at. Pollen count's really high. So this is an Office of Dr. White to Nina. Well, this is interesting. We're getting multiple names. Recent feedback. Oh yeah, we should probably look at recent feedback. Thank you, Artie Snack. That's a good idea. I will do that. Dear Ms. Maternova, I'm writing on behalf... I'm sorry, Adelaide Ferguson, wrong voice. Dear Miss Maternova, I'm writing on behalf of Dr. White. On your last visit at our office, a blood sample was taken. This was then sent in to the Bonton Central Hospital's laboratory for examination. I would like to inform you the results are now in. Date of report, patient number. Report, there are no pathological findings. All values are normal and more or less ideal. Regardless, Dr. White has asked me to remind you of his advice once again. So, now we're getting another real name. Yep, Nina Maternova, who's going by this sort of fake name Molly. We have her patient number. Maybe we can find out a bit more. It Looks like it, so let's see what we have. Going back to the reader, we've got this medical database, but there's also this profile. Let's go back. Logged in. See recent jobs and employer feedback. Artie Snack says that's what we should be looking for. Let's see. Lots of her employer feedback. Job type: cleaning, groundskeeping. A very reliable and hard worker. Would hire again anytime. Boynton City Cleaning. Has worked multiple jobs in a current week. Employed April 12th. A very reliable... So we have some kind of conflict, but we don't know what it is yet. Fix-It Limited. She pretty much saved us when a critical employee went home sick and we were seriously understaffed. Absolute gem of a temp worker, fast, reliable, at an incredibly low rate. So these are great reviews, but we've got some sort of conflict we can't confirm just yet. So let's see. Let's go back to her medical. We're looking at her medical records, everybody. It's so creepy. So we have an actual date of birth, and here we go. We have a different address. So here we have industrial quarters, Boynton, and versus what she says in the profile. I actually think that she probably lives in the industrial spot. No, it's a different address. We have these two different addresses. This one, the one on her medical records, is the industrial quarters. The one on her temp is a different address. But she'd mentioned in her profile that she lived in the middle of industrial things, so I think this is probably the correct address, is what I'm thinking. Perfect. An address is always helpful. So let's see, complaint description. The patient complains about pain throughout the left thigh and upper leg. She describes the pain as searing, burning, sometimes bursting. The leg feels numb at times. Symptoms occur whenever the leg is stressed, releasing only when sitting or lying down. Symptoms started 9 days ago. Addendum: I've asked the patient regarding the healed wound on her left upper leg, as no medical record existed in this database. She was evasive and gave no clear statement about the wound's origin. That's weird. Examination. Visual examination revealed cicatrix on lateral upper left leg, palpitation of the leg conducted, tenderness to light pressure, leg skin is warm to touch. X-ray revealed a former deep wound in dorsal left upper leg, femur sinistra. NPD, blood sample taken and sent in to BCH lab. Oh. Yeah. One is Molly's address and the other is... Yeah, I agree. That, like, Molly has a fake address. But she has to know the person on Molly's address, so she can't use it as a way to get mail. Yeah, that's right. So clearly maybe there is an actual Molly that she's stealing her identity, because otherwise she wouldn't be able to get that mail. So I think there's something going on with this Molly and what that means. So let's see. Pain is most probably due to a prior inflicted wound on dorsal left upper leg, compressing or damaging the nervus cutaneous femoris lateralis. Symptoms are similar to those of Moralia paresthetica. I am not a... Let's say that she's got this leg wound. Let's see. Ouch. The info might come in handy, though. So, prescription. A medical leave with strict rest until the end of April 2017 has been suggested. The patient has been strongly advised to favor the leg to avoid further complications. Spiron 400 milligrams has been prescribed, with the following annotation: take 2 times a day after meals. Advise patient to come back if symptoms do not improve after 14 days. And I think this is where the conflict comes in, that she was supposed to not be working, but, yeah, I think that she just didn't go on medical leave because she's a temp worker. Right? I mean, hey, Pokeseeker, how are you doing? So this is what I'm thinking, right? She's a temp worker and she's a single mom and she needs money. So she clearly could not take the time off. This is what I'm thinking. So I think that she was actually working despite not supposed to. So she was working a lot over the week. Does that account for, or perhaps limit her ability to have triggered the bombings? It's a good question. It's a good question. Maybe she couldn't have done it. I'm thinking maybe it's Juliet. Let's go to our... so Poker Seeker, I wanted to let you know what we're doing. We are playing Orwell, where we are creepy spies for the government, snooping on people's lives, trying to stop terrorists, but also we're being creepy and invasive. And it's super rude, is what I want to say. Polka Seeker, I don't know if you followed or not, but if you haven't, I recommend, or I would encourage you to follow, because if we can get 50, then maybe we can become a Twitch affiliate, and then I think we get to have an emote, and it will have a banjo on it, maybe. Oh, did you really? Ooh! Oh, cool. Is it gonna get really bad? It's gonna get really bad, isn't it? I just feel like it's gonna get really bad. Let's see. Entry 3, her medical database. Go to previous entry. Oh. That's her. And... Ooh! And I have no privacy. Thank you for following. Somebody's watching me. Is it just a dream? Also, I'm really glad you followed, just because I want more excuses for Rockwell to come up and make everybody happy, because Rockwell. That's so... Also, you know, it's the 80s. I like to have strange music happening at times. Yay. I'm excited. Thank you, Poke Seeker. Welcome to the Academic Foxhole. You are now officially one of the Battle Buddies, and please stick around because you can say oblique and mysterious things when we think about what when we theorize what's happening here in Orwell. Yay, new notification. So whenever I'm on the, you know, so this is my Rockwell is my follow notification. It makes me happy. So let's see. Earlier, so in June, she reported digestive nausea, vomiting, accompanied by a light fever. And then she's got a slight irritation. She's got gastroenteritis. And then she's supposed to take this medication. It's not so good for her, huh? So let's see. Patient reports of permanent unrest, inability to sleep properly, gets up 5 to 12 times a night but does not feel overly tired, hypervigilance. Experiences heavy tremor in both hands when trying to write, also sometimes in the legs when walking, especially the left leg. This was a couple years ago. When asked for the duration of the symptoms to record the anamnesis, the patient stated they began over 3 years ago but would not elaborate. Asking why she did not visit earlier, the patient vehemently voiced discontent. A similar behavior was observed in reaction to any question regarding the origin of the symptoms or social and occupational circumstances at that time. In addition to the usage of strong language, the patient also hit a cabinet door with her fist. It is hard to get clear, reliable statements. Patient tends to react aggressively when feeling challenged or confronted, rushes to extremes. Symptoms are similar to those of PTSD, but can only be confirmed by a dedicated psychoanalysis. What situation this might have caused, what that might have caused this is unknown. Prior medical records for clarification could not be found. Strongly advised to attend psychotherapy. Additionally, Zamirolan night was prescribed. Also suggested to go and find the company of other people, a like-minded group to talk to. So this is interesting. It says that it looks like she was angry back then, but it doesn't seem like she is angry now. I don't know, PH. I don't know. Let's put this in here. Hypervigilance is close to feelings of paranoia, though it's not the same. And here's the thing, I don't... Alright, I'm gonna put the PTSD thing in there, although I don't feel all that comfortable. Because I don't know if she's still feeling that way. Maybe I'd be... That sounds menacing. An important finding. I wonder what might have caused it. I wonder too, Symes, but I also wonder if she's still suffering from these feelings, because if I were suffering from pain constantly, I might also, you know, be irritable. So, I don't know. The army. I don't know, maybe. So let's see. We've got her entries. We've got the listener. Let's see. Oh, let's follow Nina a bit more first. I still think Juliet is probably the big person. Initiate. Knock knock. Question mark. You've got to ask who's there. Not in the mood for knock knock jokes. You blew it. Cut the crap. Who are you? So now you can ask. Oh, this is creepy. Let's give this person a creepy voice. Initiate is the name. Do I know you? I'm someone who knows you better than you know yourself, sweetie. Ooh. Oh, not again. You're from Singular, right? Don't care how you got my number, just leave me alone. Lol, no. That's not where I'm from. User has blocked this communication. Well, so that's creepy. That's creepy. Let's note that there's somebody super creepy harassing her. This Initiate again. I wonder what his or her role in this is. Well, let's find out. Initiate has been in contact with 2 of our target persons so far. This should be enough. And here we go. Feel free to investigate this hacker as well, but keep the focus on Miss Maternova for now. I'm more interested in Initiate, because Initiate's, like, creepy. It's true. I'm glad that there are other creepy people besides us. That seems good. What do we have? A second session from Initiate? This is no good. Initiate. Oh, no, no, no. Can't block Initiate out like that, sweetie. Buzz the duck off. Fuck. You should listen to me, just for the moment, alright? And then I'm all gone. Poof. I don't care what you have to say. See, I know about your little band of troublemakers, and I really dig it. The Gov needs a kick where the sun don't shine. That's alright with me, sweetie. But bombing people? That's plain wrong. Bullshit. How come you think that was one of us? Let's just say I've been watching you all for some time. Creepy. The Bonton bombs hit places where your outlaw posse has been to in the past. No way you did not hear about that. Even the cops seem to have found out at least something. They knew where to look for the last bomb. So, give me a reason to, you know, like put that consciousness of mine at ease. I want to help you, not turn you in. How dare you threaten me? You got nothing. Yolanda, be cool. I said I want to help, after all, not threaten you. I'll show you I can be trusted. I'm gonna hack that precious page of the party and upload a special something. It's gonna be easy with those party IT guys being lazy bones, as long as they don't see it coming in the next few secs. But then you'll answer all my questions, alright? I don't care about your shit. Wait. Give me a sec while I get to work. Don't go away. If I could get away from you, I would. Can't switch my phone off now. That's a nice looking firewall you have there, dear party web team. It would be a shame if someone would just bypass it. Can you actually shut up? I think science is not smart enough. Doing this still gives me the chills, and I need to distract myself somehow. So, look, sheesh. Almost done. Just a second longer. So creepy. So creepy. Done. Delacroix has never been prettier. Wait, I have to look at that? This is gold! Can we get talk now? If you must, make it quick and quit poking around in my life. You said you were not involved in the assaults. I'm not. Okay. Do you think it's someone else in thought? This band of misfits? Never. I think it's Juliet. Harrison is the only guy I could remotely imagine doing anything like that. Harrison had an interest in Cassandra because she could access the big money through her parents' company. Otherwise, she is mostly a spoiled brat who thinks the world owes her. Juliet was a bit shy, but damn good at organizing stuff, but not capable of going terrorist, if you ask me. Know what I think? It's the Gov themselves behind the bombings. Well, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I thought about that. Did you know that since 2011, all the electronic devices must have unique IDs? They look like this, and it's not even secure. That looks like the code labeled on my PC. Well, that's because it is. What? Creepy. Don't worry. Only access the number remotely. Nothing more. You deserve some privacy. Since you pulled that hack, I'm willing to believe you. For now. Can you use your skills to find out if it's the government's work? What they're up to? Of course. My word is good. I will get to the bottom of this. You just do whatever you do and keep cool, alright? Gotta go now. It's alright, sweetie. See you soon. Okay, but stop calling me sweetie. Session closed. Creepy? Whoa. Alright, we have some things to figure out if we want to put in the record. And here's where... Okay, let's have a talk, battle buddies. We're at a space where there's some information, including some theories that maybe all the bombings are being done by the government. And whatever I put is going to be going to the government. And so I don't know what I want to put on there. So, initiate is anti-governmental, that's fine. We can put that in there. Plans to attack the homepage of the party. I think we can put that there. Are you mad? You sat on such important information only to pass it along when it's no longer useful? I just found out about it. You wanted to see what happened, didn't you? No, I just, I was slow. Well, I'll keep my mouth shut. But if anybody finds out, good luck with explaining why you withheld such crucial info. Oh, because I just found out about it. I was, what? So it looks like I'm going to be in trouble. That's great. Harrison's the only guy who can really be doing such a thing. Harrison... So... Yeah. We'll put Nina's PC. Oh. Alright, people. We've got some questions about what information to put on here and what information not to put on here. Oh, very good. You found a device UID. Every device in the nation has one, in accordance with the safety bill. We can use the Insider tool to connect and see what a user has on their device. Note, a device must be running to have an online connection in order for you to access it. PH, go to bed, and it's always the one that seems innocent. And I will just tell you, have a good sleep, sleep well, and then, drink some water, sleep until you, get enough sleep, and we care about you. And so we will see you later, PH. PokeSeeker says to go with my gut feeling. So my gut feeling is, I don't really think I want to give some of this information up right now. Cassandra interest because, yeah, I feel like I can put that in there. That doesn't feel like it'd be too bad. And we'll put this stuff about must be crushing with your friends only like you for your money. Sure. And then Nina. No. We'll put in the information about Juliet. About being a good organizer. And you know what? I'm gonna put down that Nina thinks the government was behind it. But I think that's gonna be I just think I want it. Ha 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 ha! What a joke! Of course the government will want bomb Bonton to bits to justify surveillance, right? I've heard that 1,000,000 times by now. Every time something happens, there's nothing to these conspiracy theories. That's what you say, buddy. But you know what? We're just gonna, Good night, Paladin Hunk. We're gonna, Yeah. It's just... I just want you to know that we put in one there, but if there's any kind of good information with the government doing it, we're not going to put that in there. Oh, phone call. From an unknown person to Juliet. Welcome to Rosen Tech. You are calling outside of our office hours. Please, hey, little Julebug. June? It's so great to hear from you. Yeah, you too. That's why I called. It's about time June and Junebug had their annual sisterly chat, right? Super right. How'd you know I was working today? Haha, like when aren't you? Sorry, I forgot for a second you actually know me. Feeling stressed? Boss causing trouble? I can call back later. Oh no, hanging around in the office is just a good excuse, not to be at home. I see. I never got why you moved back in the first place. I had to leave my student apartment, you know that. And you know that's a super lame excuse. You earn good money at Rosen Tech, don't you? You could rent any flat in town. You just don't want to. Ugh. Unless you're not going to relent. Nope, sorry. I had a pretty rough start into this year. I couldn't really stand being alone at the time. I feel much better now, but Mom, Dad, they're so happy I'm back. You don't want to disappoint them, do you? Yeah, I can't do that to them. Not again. And I here was thinking Jill had finally reached a state of emancipation. Hey, I have! No, you haven't. You're letting yourself be hassled by Mom and Dad yet again, little Julebug. Julebug, it's strangely nostalgic, you saying that. I remember how I made that up for you? Yeah. I was so envious when Dad called you as Junebug, and he didn't have any nickname for me. And rightly so. Don't give in to Dad. At least give him a good fight, okay? I will. Believe me. Goody! So, I figure I should leave you to work then. Yeah, office is empty, but yeah, my to-do list is long. Okay, let's talk another time. I will call you again. Do not try to reach me. Just kidding. June? Yep. Thank you for believing in me. Aw, look at you sounding so serious. That's what a big sis is there for, right? I guess so. See you, June. See you around, Julebug. Yeah. So we're gonna move into we just stopped a bombing. We're gonna move into a slightly different mode right now, and that is being careful what we say to the government because I don't trust them. And Julebug? What kind of a weird nickname is that? Symes? So, PokeSeeker, I don't know if you know that. I hate Symes. I think he's the worst. And I'm not excited by him. That's it. Troublesome relationship with parents, that's fine. I guess that just happens, even in really close families sometimes. And pretty rough start to the year. We can put that in there. Considering she ended her relationship at that time, yeah. And I think we know that she was working today, which means she probably was not the bomber. And we know that she's got a sister, but we know that. That's not a big deal. And that's all of that. Let's see. We have this email, which I think we're actually... I don't think there's anything in here that we need. So let's look at the reader. We've got some timeline situations. Headlines. I think that's the same thing that we've not... Oh. Blaine cancels meeting for surprise visit in Triflith. Prime Minister cancels meeting and instead visits Parge's capital. Plans to lead renewal of stalled negotiations between Cassart and opposition. Let's see. On Saturday morning, Prime Minister... Oh yeah, we should go see the hack of the party page, see if we can find it. That's what I think we should do. But let's get our news and then we'll... Oh, right here, official party website. Here's how we're going to find it. Excellent. On Saturday morning, Prime Minister Blaine made a surprise shift of priorities. Originally scheduled for a crisis meeting with Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix in regards to the recent Bonton terror assaults, the Prime Minister instead made plans to mediate in the more than troubled negotiations with President Cassart and the opposition. The original crisis meeting was removed from the official party website, and Blaine took a National Air Force flight straight to Triflith, the capital of Parges. As a government spokesman said, the Prime Minister has landed at Triflith International Airport about an hour ago and was promptly welcomed by President Cassart with military honors. This alone gave the opposition enough reason to once again question the impartiality of the Prime Minister and announce that Blaine would not be accepted as a proper mediator. Let's go look at this party page and see what we have. We have the leaders of the nation, right? Oh, okay, so this is what has been updated. Catherine Delacroix, Queen of Bullshit. The Ministry of Bullshit, dedicated to the purpose of power-mongering and bullying people, was formed as quickly as possible after the elections, just as anyone sane would have anticipated. She's the most hated for the inception of the bullshit bingo, in which Mrs. Delacroix always wins through the high density of BS in her own speeches. Mrs. Delacroix was subsequently granted the title of the Queen of Bullshit. What's the bullshit bingo? Oh, it's the safety bill. Yeah. Alright. So it looks like that was what was going on there. It looks just sort of trolling hacking. Let's look at Harrison's timeline. What do we have? National Beholder. Oh, is that new? It is. What do we have here? Harrison O'Donnell posted April 15th. Let's see. I think most of you, my very loyal followers, friends and fiends, have never actually heard that I'm writing for the TMB, but yeah, that's a thing. Looky here. The National Opinion, National Beholder TNA. And then his column, his friends say, Judy Hull says, "This is why you kept quiet here for so long? Congrats to that." Peter Fletcher says, "What the hell? The big revolutionary himself, a lackey to one of the most pro-fascist, pro-surveillance bullcrap newspapers? That picture, is that spick and span babyface you? And that text, loose lip-sync terrorist ships? Will the real Hancock please stand up? Guess the gov bought you like everyone else. See the revolution go down the drain. Excuse me now, I have to puke way more than I ate." Peter, I know what you mean. I feel you. When the TMB called on me to ask if I would write for them, I laughed at them hard for like 30 minutes straight before hanging up. But then they called me again and let me know I could write whatever I want. No strings attached. Hell, I can even fucking swear, and I do, frequently. Now I got the attention and reach I always wanted, and I can use it for the good cause. Well, good luck. With an article like that, you could not be any further away. this post has been deleted by the user. Interesting. 2 comments. Everything alright with you? Now it is. Good fucking riddance. Another post deleted? I feel sorry for the girl. It's clear she's been attacked and just panicked. Now they'll have her ass for this. Whistles. We didn't start the fire. There's some kind of, conversations going on. The fascists turned this into a nightmare. People didn't do shit. The protest was peaceful until they showed up. They stormed the crowd and provoked what happened. Huh? Have you been suffering from a bad case of self-censorship lately, or what's happening on your timeline? Harrison O'Donnell. Oh yeah, these are our old ones. Yeah, I don't know what is happening there, but I feel like it's no good. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna go and put Harrison's thing in there. It's fine. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. We'll put this in there. I don't know. I don't know, folks. A strange way to underline one's argument. Still peculiar to mention bombings before anything happened, but, well... Also, shut up, Symes. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's much else here. Let's go to the Insider. And let's spy on her desktop. Oh, look. There's a picture of her son. Private and trash and sis. Let's go to the trash first, because always look into people's trash. Hey everyone, I haven't seen you all posting in a bit. Let me make sure you're still there. And our chat is still working, because I worry. Let's see. Request regarding job. Dear Mrs. Schwartz, we are glad to inform you that we will indeed be able to meet your request. Oh, good, you're still here. Good. Because last time, the chat was not working, and so I want to make sure you're still here. We are glad to inform you that we will indeed be able to meet your request. Please be present at the operating site around 4 p.m. on both days. Please keep a copy of this message as confirmation receipt, as we will not be able to make changes to the job originally agreed upon in your EasyWork profile. Regards, Clive Reed, HR Management, Public Cleaning, Boston City Administration. Dear Mr. Reed, I have a request on rather short notice. Would it be possible for me to take over the Freedom Plaza shift from 11 to 12, from 4 to 8 instead of the Nowland Square? So, Molly Schwartz says that she wants the Freedom Plaza shift. And I am going to not say anything about that just yet. What do we have here? Dear Ms. Maternova, thank you for your interest in working with us. As we receive numerous applications every day for each position, we are required to refuse most of them. Unfortunately, we've chosen another applicant who fits the position slightly better. We are sure you will understand. Thank you for your interest, and please do not hesitate to apply again later. At a later time. Best regards, Diane Westfield, CEO, Boughton Cars. Dear Ms. Westfield, I would like to apply for a job as a mechanic at Westfield Cars. Please find my application documents, a cover letter, my CV, and references attached. If you have any questions or need further information, please reach out to me via phone. My number is... Well, we've got her phone number. I don't know. Yeah, I know, Artie Snack. It's super suspicious, right? But I also just don't trust the whole thing. So this is her as Maternova. So she does both of these things at the same time. So here she wants to be a housekeeper. But dear Ms. Maternova, thanks for your application. I'm sad to inform you that we've decided on another candidate. All the best for your future job search. So it's interesting because Ms. Maternova doesn't get any jobs, but it looks like Molly Schwartz does. Interesting. Let's see. Well, let's see Michael. Aw, there's your boy Michael. He seems adorable. What is this? Oh yeah, look at her. She's an army veteran. That's exciting. Well, that's a... Ms. Marinova's an ex-soldier. This is worthy of in-depth research. We need to specifically know what kind of experience she has. Like if she's a demolitions expert, for example? Is that what we want to know? Yeah, let's see. This says do not read, so let's read it last. Saved protocol Desmo. You. You know, if we were to marry and have children, it would be really funny if my name was Molly. Whoa, wait a sec. You're getting really a bit ahead of things. You know I like to plan ahead. Yeah, you do like that. I really like Nina as a name, though. Why Molly? Desmond says to Molly, girl, I like your face. Come again? Obladi, Oblada, the Beatles? Don't tell me you don't know that. You're the oldie lexicon impersonated. I have to admit, I never was such a Beatles fan. More on the Rolling Stones side of the road. Okay, this is a major gap in your knowledge. You're aware of that? Why do I know this song? There was something about a bra in there, wasn't it? She's just not about a bra. In a couple of years they have built a home sweet home. With a couple of kids running in the yard of Desmond and Molly Schwartz. I like the idea. Yeah, me too. You don't have a problem with kids being the center of my life, do you? Not at all, but I guess you'll have to go and change your name first. Maybe I will. I officially dare you. I will do that for real, just you wait. And then we'll see how the life goes on. Brah. She's child-centered. So, no wonder for a single mother. So, everything we found on Miss Maternova just shows us a single mother trying to make ends meet for her son. That seems to be her primary motivation. It's an admirable one at that. One that does not mix well with terrorist ambitions. This is fair. Oh no! It's true. It's true. Paladin missed it. An apology and an offer. Nina. Oh, this is from Abraham Goldfels. Let's see what we have. I would like to offer you my sincerest apologies. It was not my intent to denounce you in front of all the other members of SOT, or worse, basically everyone. After all, what we do or say online persists like a minefield, as I wrote in an early blog post. I should have been more considerate. Your actions at the Circle Mall have turned out to be very different to what I had anticipated them to be. But that was hardly your fault, it was mine. Instead of passing judgment on you, I would like to offer my help. From my impressions, I would assume you are someone whose life so far has been troubled, to say the least. Although it might not seem obvious, I have a rather moving background as well. As they put it, it takes one to know one. I would suggest we have a talk about how we might assist each other best. Please let me know if you are interested. This is the best regards, Abraham Goldfels. Looks like... Let's put that in there. That seems nice. And let's look at this. Oh. Assist each other? With what exactly? And we have his email address now. This is good. And now we have an early blog post. The Minefield, published in 2012 by Goldfels. I noticed that I keep coming in and out of the chat room, which I think is super mysterious, but I don't know why that is. The mines of data have been laid out all around the web. It's irreversible. It is us. It's up to us to arm or not arm them. Dear reader, we are faulty beings. We make mistakes everywhere we go. Our most valuable trait may be the ability to keep forgetting. For the sake of our wrongdoers, as much as ourselves. But oblivion is not built into digital data. Information is infinitely durable. Even more so, it is infinitely reproducible. It may be copied and distributed without limitations. Its permanent deletion can never be ensured. Our data is like a minefield, lying in wait dormant, long after the war it was meant for has passed. Yet, not losing a fraction of its potential to destroy lives, only increasing its potential. We are the ones who arm the minefield, use it malevolently. To me, this is the most intimidating, inhuman aspect of data, that our missteps will be brought up again and again, that they will be turned into a most efficient weapon and used against us, that we will have to be flawless. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfels. I think it has all to do with Orwell. Guest. Hey Goldfels, I read your post and had to think that this is a very negative way to think. Are you trying to say publishing our data is inherently bad and we should avoid it? Because as I see it, we just don't have to give away the truth. Data is, let's call it volatile, flexible. No one forces us to be honest. Quite the contrary, we can be anyone we want to be. Goldfels. My friend, I do not think publishing our data is inherently bad. Information is in everything. And as always, it is our choice what to do with the data. It is an unnatural longevity and persistence the digital age has given information supremacy. Trying to bend the information we give away is admirable, but I consider it a bit naive. We cannot uphold being someone else forever. Our true self will always shine through by our actions, our choices. And that is information as well. Interesting. Oh, hey, we have information on Nina's army records. I want you to know that I'm feeling really uncomfortable because I feel like it's going to look bad for her. And, so let's see. Sergeant Nina Maternova. Out of service, she was a sergeant. 1st Combat Engineer Battalion. This is public information, we'll put it in there. Combat Engineer. Doesn't look good for her. Bravery Medal. Ms. Maternova seems to have come a long way from being such an honorable person. What do you mean? Symes, just shut up. Shut up. Let's see. Enlisted. Basic combat training, specializing in combat engineering. She was in a combat engineer battalion. She got promoted to specialist in about 2 years. That's about right. Foreign mission. She comes back to Bonton. She's promoted to corporal. She's awarded the Bravery Medal for saving multiple comrades and civilian lives in the face of extraordinary danger. Maybe that's where her PTSD is coming from. Promoted to sergeant, in charge of an Alpha squad. She does a foreign mission. Wounded in combat. Oh, then she's considered AWOL. But then that status is cleared. She goes back to the barracks. Then there's a court-martial sentence. Dishonorable discharge and 3 months confinement for being AWOL with voluntary return, and then she's discharged. Ooh. That's... I wonder what happened. Wow. That is severe punishment. Did you know this puts her on the same level as any other previously convicted felon? I suppose so. Symes. We have more files on her, it looks like. News. What is this? Wanted cyber protection experts. The freedom of the nation is not only threatened by conventional weaponry and terrorism, a growing number of foreign hackers try to intrude corporate and public networks to steal confidential information or sabotage facilities in order to get advantages in the highly competitive global economy. Yeah, that is the reason why she can't get a job, and that's why she's using the name Molly Schwartz. Good call, Pokeseeker. Right? She's using the name Molly Schwartz because she can't get a job as Nina Maternova. Even though that sucks. The Army of the Nation is on the brink of founding a new cyber task force to counter this new digital danger. If you are an expert in the field of information security, enlist now and become one of the pioneers to protect the nation online. General Hartman considers activation of Kerberos. The threefold terrorist attack on Bonton has led General Hartman to openly consider a temporary activation of Mission Kerberos. This would mean a constant presence of military forces within the capital to safeguard public places. It may seem like an admittance that our security measures so far are not enough, but it is the option to go for if we want safety, Hartman stated in regard to the considered activation. Soon after the statement had been released, the Ministry of Security published an official notice to the Ministry of Defense asking to withhold the activation of Kerberos for now. The notice was soon accepted by the Ministry of Defense, rendering General Hartman's consideration obsolete. Let's find out what Mission Kerberos is. Kerberos. The nation is... Oh, here we go. Look at this. Here's the nation. The capital is Bonton, and we are right next to Gentria, Ustavakia, and Parges. So, Ustavakia, the nation. Still kind of wondering, the world. Oh, the world is our home base. The first duty of the army of the nation is to defend the freedom of our homeland. Of course, this does not only involve deployment within our own borders, to secure our values and assist our allies offshore. Our soldiers partake in numerous missions in neighboring countries. Click on a location on the map to learn more about a mission. Well, this is interesting. We can find out more about it. The Safety Bill, along with a set of further entitlements, allows the Army of the Nation to be deployed in the homeland whenever needed. This paved the way for the mission Kerberos, intended to secure or evacuate densely populated areas in case of a large-scale terrorist attack. To be able to achieve this, several divisions of the Army have received special training and are on standby at all times. Fortunately, Kerberos has remained dormant to date. Involved units: 2nd Infantry Reserve Battalion, ready for safeguarding highly populated areas, and 3rd Infantry Reserve Battalion, ready for safeguarding highly populated areas. Let's look at these other missions. Parges. Because maybe we can find out where her unit was. Oh, see, and of course, Kerberos is the dog that guards the path to the underworld. So let's see. Okay. So this is the Parges peacekeeping mission. The aftermath of the 2006 military coup quickly spiraled the one-time democratic model country Parges into chaos. The rebel movement, Forces of True Parges, FTP, declared war on the newly formed government under General Demjan Kassart, which led to a long-lasting and bloody civil conflict, until the Army of the Nation was finally greenlit to intervene and de-escalate the situation. Realizing they were unable to stand a chance in an open struggle, the FTP changed their strategy to terrorism. Under the impression of being involved in an unwinnable skirmish, the prior government of the nation terminated the Parges intervention mission, ultimately leading to the fatal event known as the Incident of 2008. With the new government elected in 2009, the Parges intervention mission was immediately resumed under a new name, the Parges peacekeeping mission, as it is now known, proceeded to once again secure and rebuild the Pargesian society and infrastructure. It looks like this is sort of implying that she was involved in this peacekeeping mission. Let's see, border patrols, massive stopping refugees. All right, drug inhibition. The nation of Uzbekia gained notoriety for its thriving business in illegal drugs, primarily heroin, which makes Uzbekia Afghanistan, maybe? As such, it also hosts some of the most influential and dangerous cartels in the world, who tend to settle their differences in the Uzbekian streets by armed force. The police force of Uzbekia finds itself overwhelmed by the sheer brutality of the cartels often on display. To make things worse, law enforcement staff are often found to be either corrupt or to have been severely intimidated by the cartels. In 2015, the government decided, in order to stabilize the country, inhibit the drug trafficking into the nation, the Army of the Nation would offer support to the local forces in a bid to eradicate all traces of the criminal trafficking trade. Mission Stable Uzbekia. As an extension to the Uzbekia drug inhibition, the mission Stable Uzbekia focuses on the support and direct protection of the citizens who are endangered by the cartel wars. Another focus is on wiping out corruption in public departments such as law enforcement. And then we have Gentrian Flood Aid. After torrential week-long rainstorms during the 2016 fall, Gentria saw one of the worst floods within its recorded history. Nearly 1,000 people died, and over 800,000 others were left homeless. Without hesitation, the Army of the Nation was sent in to help aid the survivors with the distribution of supplies and rebuilding their most basic infrastructure. Oh. Yeah, so, but she was not... Yeah, no, that's fine. Unknown data chunk. Oh, we must have one other conflict. Interesting. Because I'm pretty sure that she was on this Parge's peacekeeping mission. That sounds like when she was in the army. Cyber protection experts. Missions, which we looked at. Memorial. Remember the lost. In service of the nation, soldiers have lost their... In service of the nation, soldiers have lost their lives again and again. Their sacrifice is the foundation upon which our success is built. We would not be what we are, free men and women, without them. We honor their loyalty and devotion. So a bunch of people have died. Ooh, a bunch of people. But the question is, are there any people we need to worry about? Are there any Schwartzes, for example? Desmond Schwartz, there he is. So Desmond Schwartz died in 2011, and that was the guy that she was in love with, and is probably the father of her child. So he died in 2011, which is when she went AWOL. Okay, so she went AWOL around this time, in the middle of some bad juju. Okay, so let's look at her file one more time. So she started in 2008. She was in this foreign mission. So she's running around in this horrible thing that happened in 2008. Maybe AWOL because, you know. Oh, maybe she went AWOL she was wounded in combat and then considered AWOL. But this is when her guy died. So, and there was a big deal stuff that happened in 2008, which is probably when she got this bravery medal. So we've got there's some things going on there. We also have some projects of the party. What are they? Peacekeeping. Projects. Here we go. The safety bill, right, collection of safety-centered laws and statutes. Central to the safety bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects, right? The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transiting through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Yeah. So she cannot get a job, our Nina Maternova. This must be absolutely horrible for her. Yeah, Symes. Especially considering she's on her own taking care of her son. This is a motivation, but I remain unconvinced for now. It may not be enough of a reason for bombings. So let's see. Where are we at now? What can we look at? We've got nothing in our bookmarks. We don't seem to have anything in the listener. So we still have things on her PC. Do not read. Oh, this is from Desmond Schwartz back in 2008. So I guess you disregarded the subject and went straight to reading this utterly embarrassing email nonetheless. I knew you would. Well, don't tell me I didn't warn you. I've never written a text like this in my entire life, so I hope you'll be clement with me. Our backpacking trip along the Italian northwest coast has been, okay, I will just say it, amazing, brilliant, the best one I've ever been on. And that was not due to the sun, even though it was blazing all 10 magnificent days through. It was not due to the rocky coastline with its endlessly serpentine roads winding up and down the cliffs, and not due to the picturesque villages alongside of them we passed through. It was due to you being there with me that made me enjoy every single second of it. I mean, just remember that one time we wanted to have a photo of us taken and the only person around was that elderly Italian woman? She didn't understand a word of what we wanted and kept shrugging and shaking her head. I had to bite my tongue so hard not to burst out in laughter. But you, cool as you are, just walked over to her, gave her your broadest smile, put the camera into her hand and the finger on the shutter release, and then ran back to me to make absolutely sure she wouldn't take a picture of just me. It's funny how this one of all the shots made for the best photo from the entire trip, don't you think? Every cell in me wants to just backspace all this letter and not send it. But at the same time, I just want you to read it and know how I feel about you. It seems you have to pass the patented Desmond Schwartz relationship test, so I might as well write down what I've been trying to say all the time here. I love you. And that's Desmond and Molly Schwartz. Yeah. Yep. Schwartz, like her alias. Symes is so slow on the uptake. So, she isn't single after all? No, Schwartz is dead. Schwartz is dead. I know this. Why don't you know this? Whatever. People are so not smart. Like he's... Ugh. Alright, what do we have here? Browser history. Oh, let's see. We have work easy, the profile of Molly Schwartz. That's probably why she also can only do temp work. Bonton inner city map. Let's see. Hello. Right. Yes. Go back. Oh, that's not what I want. I wanted the memorial. Yes. Because we saw that already. Yeah, Symes. This is harsh. The 2011 Army missions were sanctioned by the current government. It makes one hell of a motivation, together with the fact the safety bill prohibits her from finding work. Previously I was sure that the only thing important to Miss Maternova was her child, but with this new insight, you cannot ignore the possibility she might be out for revenge. I'm not convinced, Symes. I feel like... what are we gonna look for? Insider. Singular concerns profile. Yeah, saw that. Her profile, Molly Schwartz. Let's see. She's looking up CCTV Stelligan. Well, we'll put it in there. That's an odd thing to search for when you don't have something sinister in mind, is it? This vaguely associates Nina with the Stelligan assault. Not really. If we could associate Miss Maternova with the two other sites, that would make for a very compelling case indeed. Would it, or would it be circumstantial evidence? Because I feel like it would be circumstantial evidence. Ugh. Well, what do we have here? I don't know if we have anything else, do we? I don't see anything. Home. Listener, nothing. Insider. Been through her desktop. So, here's the question. What do we not have? Hey, chat peeps. What do we not have? What do you think? Well, I don't know. We've got all of our people here. And Yeah, no evidence. This is so true, Jer. I will tell you, I find the whole thing so sketchy. So, we've got the profile, the opinions, the conversations, which we've looked at. But something is still up, and I don't know what it is. There's something that we haven't found. And I don't know what we're missing. Well, let's see. This is her file, which we've been through. News. Missions. See, here's this, but it shows... Oh, we can show the conflict. Yeah, no, she was clearly doing mind clearance. That's what she was doing. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Knowledge about explosives. I was also thinking that actually maybe that's where she got her injuries. We know enough about Miss Maternova's background. Do we? I don't know. Oh, there's some sort of phone conversation. Let's see what we have here. Yes? Hey again, Nina. Sylv here. How's it going? You feeling better? Yeah, somewhat. Finally, after spending the whole last week in bed. Oh, good. I can still bring Michael around, though. Do you want... No, thanks. I'm gonna pick him up in an hour or so. Would that be okay? Yeah, of course. I promised to go to the playground with him. That's fine. I'll pick Michael up from the corner at, Orchard Drive, wasn't it? Right. Great. Thanks. Thanks again. See you in an hour. See you, Nina. Okay, so let's talk about some stuff here. She spent the whole last week in bed, which means she wasn't doing that work? But I don't know if I want to put down... So here's the thing. I don't know if I want to put down on the computer that she's going to pick up her son, because I'm afraid they're going to just go and arrest her, and that makes me feel really uncomfortable. So we're going to just leave this call for the moment, and, you know, go here. Work easy, team. Hi, Molly. We would like to inform you about a new rating your employer McDougal Groundskeeping Service has just left for you. Click here to instantly view the review. Rating 4 of 5. Miss Schwartz did an okay job at the Circle Mall. She seemed a little distracted, though, and ultimately quit for not feeling well after 8 of 10 planned hours. Okay, so let's talk about this, my friends. Here's what I'm feeling. I think that somebody... It was posing as Molly Schwartz and did all of the stuff, but it wasn't her. Because she was laying in bed the entire time. So that could not have been her, is what I'm feeling. So... I need to look at this call with Sylv. Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. I feel like they're just going to grab her, and I don't... It looks to me like she was actually just in bed. So let's show this conflict. Yeah, so she was not the one at all these places. And because this is a fake ID, anyone could sort of, you know, take it. So we're gonna put that she was in bed all last week. That's what we're doing. Sick all week. So, probably not the person we're looking for. No, I don't think so. Consider her whereabouts clarified. They're clarified. That's it. We found all we need to know. Let's see. Her knowledge about explosive might have helped Miss Maternova build those bombs. There's evidence to suggest that she has a strong reason to hate the safety bill. That doesn't look great for her. We found indications that she was ill and at home all week. Seems we found our prime suspect. This is grounds for... What? No, wait. How is that grounds for arrest? How is that grounds for arrest? I will need a moment to talk to my superiors. I'll get back to you soon. Keep observing Miss Maternova for activity. Wait, how's her being... She's sick in bed. That means she could... I don't feel good about this at all. Because she... Okay, folks, I'm not... Ooh, device offline. Why? What's going on? Initiate. Recording started. Hey, are you there? For you, always. Oh, sorry, creepy voice. For you, always. Great, I just came home. I don't think she did. I think... Oh, stupid people. I had left my PC switched on this morning, just tried to look something up online, and suddenly it went haywire. And my security app popped up with like a million warnings of some outside intrusion. Hey, that was not me. That is why I messaged you. You promised to help. And help I will. Don't touch the system. Pull the plug. Did that immediately. Good girl. Well, okay, here's what I think. You won't like it a bit. I think the cops are after you. What? Yep. I hate to say I told you the cops did figure out the mall thingy. Now they're coming for you. I did not find out much yet, but they're trying some new surveillance program capable of intrusion. That is probably what's been happening to your PC. Oh, all hell, fuck this. Oh. I need to get out of here before the cops are here. Sorry. And thanks. Whatever you do, be extremely... why did her device go offline? Tell me what's going on. Oh gosh, Symes, I don't know. This is so difficult. I have no idea what's happening. Hey, Critwitch, how are you? I hope you're doing well. So, I don't plan on letting them arrest her. I think I'll just disable this. And, I'm going to also disable this conversation with Sylv, because there's no need for her to be arrested when she's about to go and pick up her son. Critwitch, how are you doing? Yeah, I just don't even know where to find her. It's weird. Completed everything. There's a severe weather warning. Yeah, I just don't, so if we just say that we don't know what's going on, are we good? Let's see, file. I really feel like we've got everything that we can, maybe? But I'm just not going to tell them where she is. I just don't feel like doing that. I feel like I can't find that information, that I can't find it. Oh, well, Critwitch, you know, I've been super tired myself recently, and I'm pretty sure it's because the pollen count is really high. So maybe could you have some reaction to pollen count stuff? That is something that I think could be a possibility. Let's see. Let's put that in there. We uploaded that. Right now, I have just made a decision not to give them information where to find this suspect, because I think that they're not good at these things. I think that they jump to conclusions and arrest people without having enough information in ways that makes me feel uncomfortable. Oh, yeah. So, I feel like we've gone through everything, right? We can just disable this. Disable. And I think that's everything? Yes. There is nothing more that we can give them here. And there is nothing more we can give them here. And there's nothing more we can give them there. So, what do we do? What do we do? I've been through everything. I don't want to say anything. Well... well, let's just put... I'll enable this, and I will say that she's on the run. That's what I'll do. This will probably... but I won't say where she's going. What? 3 years? What happened back then? Must have been really bad. Well, yeah. She's what? We cannot let our main suspect escape. I will assemble an intervention team immediately. We'll start creating roadblocks. Ugh. I'll inform the intervention team that they should move in aggressively. As you found out, she might react violently. None of this is good. Since her device is offline, we'll have to start at her home. Thankfully, we already know her address. Go through her communications. Maybe she will hint at places she goes when she isn't at home. Forward anything of importance to me at once. I'll brief the intervention team accordingly. It's in your hands now. Good luck, and stay vigilant. Yeah, I don't actually, I'm not, yeah, I am not going to tell her a lot of things. I don't think she did it, and I don't feel like them using stuff. Welcome to Rose and Tech. Oh, hey, Juliet. Thank God you're working right now. I called your mobile, but I couldn't get a hold of you. Can we talk? Nina? I'm all alone here catching up on work. Is everything okay? Listen, I don't have much time. There's this psycho coming for me. He's been stalking me for days. What? What do you mean, psycho? I can't explain right now. Will you help me? Of course, but how? Do you know somewhere safe that my son and I can lay low for a while? I don't know. Come on, Juliet, you've got to think of something. Please. Okay, I think I know a place. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's the home of... No, wait, don't say it. I think you might be listening. What? How? There was this hacker guy who reached out, found out that someone is probably stealing my info and wiretapping my calls. Are you kidding me? I mean, like, maybe listening right now? Just don't say anything that will give my location away, okay? Better safe than sorry. Just help me get out of here. Jesus, Nina, a bit late for that now. Now he knows where I work. Sorry. Okay, let's get you out of here. Sorry. Thank you. Give me a sec. Just gonna pack some stuff. Oh no! They're at our house. I'm bringing my gun. Whoa. Are you looking to get yourself killed? If someone is listening to this, they know you're armed and dangerous. Yeah, and if I don't bring protection, I'm going to be dead anyway. Oh fuck, someone's at the door. I'm going to go out the back door. Okay, please be careful. Hold up, just let me get through here. I'm not telling them anything, by the way. I'm just not telling them anything. Ugh, everything alright? Hello? Ugh, damn! Nina? Ugh, I managed to scramble out the window and shimmy down. He waited at the front door, didn't even notice me. Fucking leg is aching. Ooh, you gave me a heart attack. Sit tight, I'll work out how to get you out of town. Juliet, I've got to do something important first. I've got to pick up my son. I can't leave him behind. Where is... Oh no, wait, don't say it. Just go for it. Thank God it's raining like hell. Can barely stand 10 feet in front of you. I can slip away. Won't be long, I'm on the move. Be safe, I'll stay here and work out how to get you out. Thank you. So, I have no plans to give them any of that information, and I don't think so I'm gonna disable that. They don't need to know that. They don't need to know that. We're just gonna disable a lot of this, because none of these are things that my bosses need to know about. And I realize this is probably super sketchy. Oh, look. Nina, who is this guy? Wiretapping your calls? Really? You can tell me, it's okay. Look, I might have fucked up. I mean, look, you don't need to know who's after me. There's no reason. You're not doing anything illegal by helping me. I want to keep you safe. Sorry, this is getting to me. It's okay, Nina. Almost there. Alright, I'm here. No sign of that guy. I'll put my phone on hold for a minute. Don't hang up on me. Okay, I won't. Okay, I got him. It's the two of us now. Yeah, honey, it's Auntie Juliet on the phone. We need to talk a bit, okay? Great, now let's get you guys on the road. I figured something out for you. You need to take a specific bus route. The number is... I can't just say it if there's really someone listening. Yeah, right. Let me think of something. Go home. You're drunk. What? Your target is to go home. You're drunk. And think of Harrison. Definitely don't want to... I see. Give me a moment to look that up. We're gonna disable the specific bus route. They can't see what I'm doing, so I think that's fine, right? So folks, while they're looking things up, I just want to tell you that I'm aiding and abetting a fugitive. Okay, I got it, I think. Heading to the bus stop now. I don't know what I would have done without you. You were always the best of us. Don't say that. I couldn't keep thought from going down the drain. It's not your fault. Did you ever hear from Abraham again? No. Not even you, his favorite student? No, nothing. Pity. I know I wasn't what he expected. We're here now. The bus should be coming any minute. We can put down that Juliet was the favorite student. That's fine. Come on, come on. There it is. We might actually make it. Get on the bus, darling. Oh, Juliet, we're driving out of Bonton. I'm so happy for the two of you. You will recognize the hideout when you see it. It's the only house there. Once again, thank you. Don't mention it. The bus is crazy full, but we got seats in the back. After this, we definitely need a rest. We both do. Here come the city borders. It's gonna be alright, honey. What is that? What's happening? The bus is pulling over. Fuck. There's a roadblock. Why are there checkpoints? Fuck this. Wait, what the hell is going on? Why are the police involved? Oh, I knew something wasn't right. Why didn't you tell me? Listen, I'm sorry. I can't help you, Nina. You are pulling me into some serious shit. Please, Juliet, I need you. I have no one else. Oh no, they're entering the bus. One officer is talking to the driver. They can't see me from there. What do I do? Ooh. Gang, you're really quiet. Juliet, I fucking need your help. God damn, who's messaging you right now? Juliet Carrington. Just make up something. Be sure to talk about it. Ooh. Get back to our phone call. Alright then. Okay, if this is too hot for you, I'll just make a run for it right out the emergency doors. I'm gonna disable that. I'll do it if you don't help me now. Good, I'm going. Now they're checking past our IDs. Shit. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Nina. I thought they'll fall for it. For sure. Honey, run over there and keep still and quiet, no matter what happens, okay? Promise me. Nina, what the hell are you doing? Not going down without a fight. That's what. No, this is bad. Nina, no! No, no! No! You're not gonna get... Oh. Nina? Nina! I lost connection to the officers at the scene. What the... I need my connection back now. Finally. Looks like we were successful. However, our target, she didn't make it. There was a shootout. After the first shots, the team returned fire. I told them to go aggressively. I thought it was the right thing to do. I didn't want this to happen. Wow. Who is writing at the worst possible time? I just want to be done with this horrible day. Can you check the mail, please? Like, I just wonder if there was a different way I could have done that, if there was something else I could have done. I mean, I didn't tell them hardly anything. I did tell them she was on the run. Subject, I'm so sorry. Nina, I'm truly sorry for having drawn the investigators' attention to you, but frankly, you overstepped the boundaries of our agreement. The bombs were meant as a warning to those who are indifferent, a beacon of remembrance to our message that the swords must always be free. They were not meant to kill. Once again, you disappoint me with your insurmountable hatred and rage. Consider our agreement void. Well. Well. I suppose I've got to put that in there. Yeah. Oh my god. I can't believe you just found this. Can you? They were together on this madness, but why? I still don't get it. This changes everything. We must find Abraham Goldfels tomorrow. Before we'll need some rest. It's been one hell of a day. You may log out now. We'll put this in there. Do you honestly believe that after all you've seen? Well, Nina's dead. Well, so I was not particularly helpful in having them find her. And, that's a thing that happened. But I don't know, my friends. I don't know what we can do about that. Let's log out. Yes, log out. Let's see what we found. We've got another achievement. I don't feel good about this. We saved them all. We had to investigate her, and then she was killed during the attempt to make an arrest. She was an explosive expert. She'd been sick at home for the entire week. She decided to flee. We chased her down. She was killed. Abraham motivated Nina to commit the bombings, but he didn't intend the bombings to kill anyone. Juliet Carrington has a troubled relationship. Initiate has been in contact with 2 target persons, so an investigation has been authorized. He planned and executed a hack on the party's website. Well, let's see. It is 8:10. We could go until 9, so we could go a little bit more. I don't know how much time we can get, how much of day 4 we can do, but if we can get into day 4, we can then finish the whole game next Thursday. So, let's do that. That's depressing about our Nina. I'm sorry about that. Episode 4, Memory Hole. Oh, back again, I still can't believe what happened yesterday. We got the perpetrator of the bombings. Everything looks that way, but at what cost? I mean, did we do the right thing? Flagging Miss Maternova as dangerous? Did we kill her in the end? Yeah, that's a really great question. Ugh, I wish you could talk to me at least this one time. Speaking to this one-way channel feels like barking at a wall endlessly. Worst of all, as you found out, Abraham Goldfels seems to have incited and planned the assaults. We need to get him, today. It is heavy. I mean, I don't know, I keep thinking, what did I do to flag her as dangerous? I mean, is there a way... And of course, what's tricky is that she also had a gun on her, so it wasn't like she wasn't dangerous. Do you know what I mean? They did go in, but... Yeah. There must be some lead on him we overlooked. We'll keep observing all others in case we learn something new. Yeah. What do we have today? We probably have a newspaper article. Yeah, there are headlines. There's a police database. Charge. Arrest date. Arrest date? Wait. Oh. Arresting officer redacted. Holding facility redacted. I don't like that at all. Report. When prompted to surrender, the suspect instead shouted out aggressively while producing a firearm, aiming at one of the executing special agents. The suspect then opened fire, wounding special agent redacted on the left shoulder. In defense, special agent redacted drew his pistol and returned fire, as the situation briefing had already suggested to proceed with extreme caution. The suspect was hit in the chest twice, causing her collapse. An ambulance was called, but the paramedics were unable to resuscitate the target. Time of death was announced at the scene. Yeah. That's so not good, my friends. Oh, we've got a lot more things to look at. Let's look at the headlines for today. Alleged perpetrator of Botan bombings dead. Let's see. Investigative... Listen, I don't like the reports either. We needed to cover the fact that this happened somewhere in public. We cannot frighten people. What do you mean? Sometimes the truth and ours have to... divert. For the common good. You know, Symes, don't even start with me about, like, lying about things. Don't want to hear it. Investigative success in Botan bombings case. Alleged perpetrator killed. Wrong voice. We need the news voice. Investigative success in Botan bombing case. Alleged perpetrator killed in her apartment. Ooh. Oh, wow. So that was the lie. Explosive devices discovered. Delacroix shows relief. The perpetrator of the recent attacks across Botan has been identified and arrested. A special forces team stormed the flat of Nina M. yesterday evening, after evidence suggested that she was the lead suspect in the case. When confronted by the special forces, Nina M. drew a firearm and fired at police. The team returned fire, killing the suspect in the process. Upon searching the apartment of the deceased, special forces discovered nearly half a dozen additional homemade explosive devices, which Nina had created with easily accessible chemicals, hardware, and military equipment. Yeah. It's been good. Remshin, it's been really, really good. I will say, as you can, I think, see from the screen, the art aesthetic is really good. I think it's smart. It's really interesting. I love the interface. I like the ways in which it places you, right, as a person playing the game, well, sort of observing people through your computer. It's creepy. It's good. I think it's a smart game. I think it's fun. I mean, fun. It makes you a little... It's heavy. Although I don't think it's as heavy as 1979 Revolution, but it's still pretty heavy. But I think it's good. No! Remshin never stalks anyone. Yay, Remshin, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's creepy, and we're on day 4 out of 5, and we still don't yet know... Like, I don't know how deep this thing will go. Like, I don't know... We don't know yet. Yeah, right? Also, if anybody doesn't know, Remshin is awesome and super great with computery things, just like the person I'm playing in Orwell, who's a creepy stalker. Remshin's not the stalker, I'm the stalker, stalking people on the internet for the government. In a way that's not good. That's bad. Wah wah. Right now somebody just got killed. I don't know if people will be... Maybe when you play it, Nina won't be killed, Remshin. That would be nice. Let's see, where were we? Oh, yes. We have a news story that's a lie. Investigative forces have indicated that the military-grade equipment belonged to Nina M. during her military service, which she was allowed to keep when she was dishonorably discharged in 2011. Whether this might pose a motive for Nina M. to commit the assaults is only speculative at this time. Upon receiving the news, Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix showed relief. Our endeavor to find this evil individual has finally been crowned with success. I have never had any doubt about the capability of our investigative methods. This concludes a dark chapter in the history of Bonton and all the nation, Delacroix stated. Just see my face. Oh. So, Remshin, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know if you know. You probably know, right? That I'm playing through all of the games that were nominated for the Excellence in Narrative Award for the Independent Games Festival, and there were 6 of them who were nominated. One Night Stand, which we played. Virginia, which we played. Orwell, which we're playing right now. What am I missing? A 1979 Revolution, which we played. The last 2 games are Event Zero, which we will play next, and Lady Killer in a Bind, which we're not going to play because it's super naked, and it goes against TOS. I've already played it. I played it before I decided to stream all the nominees, but played it. It was good. I don't think it's a game I want to play on stream because it's heavy. But I recommend it, and I recommend all the games we've played so far. I think they're really good, and I think they were nominated for Excellence in Narrative for a good reason. I'm thinking about doing the Excellence in Audio after the Excellence in Narrative, and then go off and play other computer games, of which there are many to play. But those are the ones we've got so far. Heavy rainstorms. Let's see. Read more. Strong squalls of low Matilda uproot trees, damaged cars and buildings in the Bonton Fairview area. 4 people get injured. Firefighters called more than 300 times. On Winston Street in Fairview, multiple cars were buried under trees. Bonton Fairview. Forecast had predicted bad weather for Saturday, but no one had been expecting harrowing results of this magnitude. Trees were uprooted in the Bonton Fairview area, obstructing streets and burying cars underneath them. Luckily, there have been no casualties reported, with only 4 people being injured. In contrast to that, the material damage is expected to reach into the millions. Firefighters in the area were called to more than 300 operations and temporarily had a hard time to respond. Meteorologists have confirmed the storm caused by Low Matilda is among the 10 worst rainstorms in the history of Bonton and Fairview since the very beginning of weather recordings. See, isn't that great? Steam, not stream. Oh, Steam name. Remshin, is your Steam name Remshin? This is a question. Oh, look, we have an exclusive interview with gym founder Ronson. I bet that'll be great. Our very own Jeffrey Paxton got the exclusive chance to interview gym founder Tyler Ronson after he opened his 100th fitness studio. Tyler Ronson flew all the way to Dewhurst for the grand opening of his newest studio. T&B. Your startup just opened the 100th gym in the nation. How does that make you feel? Good. The Projection magazine reported you actually went to the grand opening in person to test out all the equipment. Let me emphasize this, every single piece, by yourself, before you would give the green light. Is that accurate? Of course. I did that in every gym studio I've opened. Really? You must be kidding me for sure. I do not kid. So, I understand you come from a pretty poor background. Your family had 6 children to feed and your father was unable to find work for a large amount of your childhood. How did you overcome these obstacles to become a nationwide respected entrepreneur? My father always told my brothers and me, boys, there is not a problem you cannot solve. Go out to face whatever hinders you and punch it in the face as hard as you can. So I did exactly that. An interesting metaphor. It's not a metaphor. What do you mean by that? I went out to the bank of my parents. They were highly indebted to this bank. I went straight to the manager and punched him in the face as hard as I could. I have to admit I'm, well, surprised to say the least. What effect did that have? At first he went down pretty hard. He hit his head on glass table. but when he had recovered, he was impressed of my strength and my boldness. He suggested an investment model for a gym chain. Then I came up with name Gym. So, what does JYM stand for anyway? I think you never actually told anyone. Will you tell our readers? It stands for Gym. It's all capitals because I thought it would look like it had more energy that way. Gym. I hope you appreciated the news for today. Yep. My Steam name is Rimshin. Oh, I will go and try to add you on Steam. I don't actually add people on Steam because I've never really done it, because I've not really explored all of the parts of Steam that one should probably explore. So I will add people. Yeah, you should do the same. Yeah, so the thing, Remshin, is that Lady Killer, which I liked very much, but it was triggery for me in a way that I think it wasn't supposed to be, right? Like, I feel like the game is supposed to poke at you. It wants to mess with you in certain ways, and it wants to make you uncomfortable in certain ways. That's what the game is about, and I really love games that make me feel uncomfortable. And I saw the ways in which the game wanted you to feel uncomfortable, and I enjoyed those particular ways in which the game wanted you to feel uncomfortable. But there were other ways in which the game made me personally feel uncomfortable that I enjoyed less. But that's like individual and idiosyncratic. So what I would say is, I think it's good. I recommend it. I'm glad it exists, and I support Christine Love's work in general. But for me personally, because of my personal life, the game was just a little bit not comfortable making for me. But it's really good. It's a really good game, and I like it. I recommend it. Let's see Harrison's timelines, our media punk. Harrison O'Donnell posted April 16th, 10 o'clock. Off to a slow start on this chilled Sunday morning. This is gonna be my day. I can fucking feel it. Oh, and in case anybody does recognize the one next to me, let me know. Just kidding. Very obviously. Don't be mad at me, Marka. So, this is life when you get good money from the National Corruptor. I get it now. Yeah. He's no longer, I suppose, the angry young man. See, here's the thing. I don't play a lot of, so this is the thing about, adding friends and all to, Steam. I don't tend to play a lot of co-op games. I tend to get on, play, and so then I'm like, what's the point of having a bunch of friends on Steam? I just go on and I notice that you're there, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That person's there, and they're playing whatever they're playing. Yeah. I just don't tend to play a lot of those co-op games. Maybe one day I will, but I just don't. So, I don't know. If there are other really great reasons to have a lot of friends on Steam besides co-op, you should tell me, because then I will be able to appreciate it. Let's see, we have new information. Oh, Catherine Delacroix's picture has been fixed. That's great. I'm glad that she's no longer being hacked. Oh, so what is the value of having Steam buddies if you do not co-op with them? This is what I want to know. Let's see, Harrison O'Donnell. Yeah. O'Donnell speaking? Harrison, this is Juliet. Isn't this your office number? You working on Sunday? Look, as much as I appreciate that I'm once again so important to you, I'm a bit, in between things. Harrison, Nina is dead. Quit bullshitting me, not funny. Take a look at the TNB if you don't believe me. What? She's been associated with the Bonton bombings. I can't believe it. Nina, you stupid piece of... Why in all hell? There's more. I spoke to her yesterday. She called me. I never heard her so scared. Said she was being tracked by someone and needed to skip town. She just wanted to let me know what was going on in case anything happened to her. Then she packed a few things and went on her way. Wait. What do you mean? By tracked by someone? She suspected someone to be wiretapping her calls. She wasn't exactly willing to talk about it. I don't know for sure, but I think it could have been the police. Oh, this is fucking brilliant. How long until they discover the connection to us, huh? Might be listening to this very calls we fucking speak about Nina. Why would they? We didn't do anything. Or did you? No, damn it. But it's becoming blatantly obvious those gov assholes are trying to set us up. The bombs are exactly where we held our protests. Then those letters about with the song Abe obsessed about. And now you tell me you've been in contact with Nina just yesterday? Pretty much the proof they've been waiting for. We're cooked. Huh. You really believe the government has it in for us? I thought you and the gov were best friends forever. Now after reading your opinion pieces. For what reason would they be after us? Why now? What did we do? Speak up against them one too many times? The fuck do I know? We should seek help just in case. Help? Who's going to help us? Joseph Langley might be worth a shot? Who? Cassandra's lawyer, don't you remember? A frickin' lawyer? What do you want him to do? Bust law enforcement? The government? He understands our situation. Abe also knew Joseph. I talked to him recently. Bah, really, Jules? They make the laws. They break the laws. We will need to speak in a language they'll understand, not in one they own. So, I take it you've got a much better plan, huh? We need to get the people on our side, turn things around. Abraham knew that. Yeah, you're right. He did know that. So now you're set on miraculously achieving something that Thought spent 1.5 years attempting? This is not about Thought. This is me defending myself. All right, well then, what's your defense plan? There's this guy. Guy. Uh-huh. Goes by the name Initiate. Might actually be a girl. Who cares? Look, this hack on the Thought blog, it was a very elaborate hack. Our site is super safe. I'm not an amateur. That guy, girl, whatever, skilled. And Initiate mentioned having no sympathy for the gov. You're gonna trust a random hacker who targeted Thought simply because he said he doesn't like the government? Why would he first threaten us and then work with us? Leave it to me, Jules. I'll persuade Initiate with ease. Imagine the possibilities with our own hacker. Okay, you know what? Have it your way. I'll have it mine. Arguing like the good old days. Is your util alias still Juicy Kerr? It might be more secure than calling each other. Yeah, it is. Let's get going. There goes my chilled Sunday morning. My mind is still spinning around what happened to poor Nina. Watch yourself, okay? What are you worried about me? What, are you worried about me? Jules, I didn't know you still... no, bye. Bye, Harry. That was a phone conversation. I want to see what you guys were talking about while I was reading it. What were you saying? Yeah. Game list... Oh, game list stalking. Game list stalking. That's interesting, so you can see what your friends are playing and see if it's interesting. Got it. Yeah. I see. That seems smart, Cher. And then gifting things. That's also fair. All the games I've got. I've never played any of the on-stream games. Forget why I added. Yeah, that makes sense. And so, I'm pretty sure I'm Trooper SJP on Steam as well. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So you can all just send me like friend requests, and then I will click you back. So let's see. Let's have Juliet. Let's say that she's working on Sunday, just in case she needs an alibi, unless she's actually the mastermind and did everything. Saturday, Sunday, she sure works a lot. But then again, so do we. And then these government assholes are trying to set them up. I feel like it's fine for people to know that about him. Let's see. Seems to be the natural reaction. They must be setting us up because we didn't do anything for sure. I almost understand it. Almost. Ooh. Remshin has added me to their friends list. So excited. Abe also knew Joseph. That we're actually going to put down. That, because I don't, yeah. There's sketchiness abound. Sketchiness abound, people. They know each other? Very well. This could be a new lead. I will request to consider Joseph Langley a target. Yet another person on our database, because we're so convinced we're doing the right thing. Huh. Yeah, we have clearance to proceed. We're going to need to know some basics on who Joseph Langley is. Remember to check old sources. Other than that, focus on hints to Abraham Goldfels. He's the center, the crux of all this. Yeah. I don't feel good about all of the government intrusion into people's private lives that I'm doing. So let's put this alias on there. We'll be spying on her, but I don't have to tell them things that I don't feel comfortable telling them. And that is it looks like. Ah. We have a phone conversation. Hey, wise ass! I have no idea who you are. This is to initiate, by the way. This email is to initiate. And why you suspect us of being involved in the Bonton bombings? Were these usual circumstances, I wouldn't care less about a weirdo like you. But you just told me in your last email you would now tend to another. Well, have a look at the TMB. Is this the person you wanted to tend to? Soon enough, you'll have some serious explaining to do, and it won't be to me if you get what I mean. Lucky you, I'm not riding to continue this ridiculous battle whatever it is. Now, we've all made ourselves comfortable in the same sinking ship. We want to suggest something better than battling each other. You claim to be righteous? Then be righteous. Become a member of thought. You said you're not on the government side, so why not be on ours? Uh-huh. Well, let's, do that. I thought Mr. O'Donnell left thought. Now he's actively recruiting for the group. Makes his exit seem unlikely. Interesting, isn't it? So, what do we have here? We have, procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. An investigation into the malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Oh, we saw that already. This is an old one. So let's add this photo to our portrait. There you go, Joseph. Good times. We know quite a bit of things about him, actually. We know that he dates his clients, and so he's a little bit sketchy. We know that he went to Stelligan. Let's see. He has his own law office. He graduated from Stelligan. We will disable this portrait. How are y'all doing over there? Let me know if you're doing well, because the chat is just being a little suspicious, in my opinion. And I want to see how well you all are doing and hanging out. Hey, I hear that Harlequin has just started watching. HQ, how are you? How are you doing? I'm glad to see that you are here joining us in the Academic Foxhole, one of my battle buddies. And I don't know if you noticed, but we have 46 followers. We're 4 away to getting to 50. And if we can get to 50, we might be able to get affiliated, which becomes like, I don't know, it seems like it could be exciting. I think that's what happened. There was a lot of adding each other on Steam. So this is the law offices of Joseph Langley. Profile, expertise, and contact. Profile. After my release from prison, I got involved in a violent knife fight and was facing jail term for parole violation. Joseph submitted a plea for mitigation, which was granted. Now I'll spend just 6 months in community service, then I'll be a free man again. Profile, Mr. Joseph Langley, your reliable partner in law. let's disable this portrait. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, so, HQ, I need to tell you something. It's really, it's important. And I just feel like I have to tell you this. It's personal, just between you and I. No one else pay attention. You can all pay attention, it's fine. I cannot stream the next 3 Saturdays in a row. So I'm going to stream instead on a couple of Fridays. I think I'm gonna sort of switch from my Saturday to a Friday, I think tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow. And then also, I think next Friday. But I think the Friday after that, I'll have to do a Sunday. So I just want you to know that our continuing adventures in Dragon Age Inquisition are going to have to happen not on Saturday for the next 3 Saturdays, because this is graduation month, and there's a lot of stuff that I have to do for graduation. And that's all. That's all I'm saying. And it's not that I'm abandoning you. I just have to stream on the Friday. That's all. So, no, you can all come back. It's fine. It's fine, you can come back. So anyway, I hope I'll see you all, tomorrow at 6 Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. Portrait. Joseph Langley studied criminal law. Oh. Well, then that's great. Well, then I will see you on Friday, no problem. Joseph Langley studied criminal law at Seligman University in Bonton. Sorry, not Boston. Bonton. Instantly, after graduation in 1982, Joseph Langley partnered with Catherine Delacroix, a fellow student who is now officiating as Secretary of Security in the government, to found a criminal law office of their own, Delacroix and Langley Legal. Isn't this mysterious? Let's just, let's put that in there. When Wow, I didn't even know she had a law career going before she actively joined politics. Mr. Langley definitely has been around. So far, so good on Mr. Langley's background. Excluding the connection to Delacroix, everything seems unsurprising. What we need to know right now is his connections to Abraham Goldfels, and possibly the other members of Thought. I wasn't done with this. When Mrs. Delacroix realized her ambition for politics in 1997, she and Mr. Langley decided to part ways. Joseph Langley kept his office, which was renamed Law Offices of Joseph Langley. Since then, Joseph Langley has taken to the side of the defense in the courtroom innumerable times. His record includes everyday cases as well as high-profile, media-fueled trials. Curriculum vitae. We get his law offices. We have his degrees. And he did a year abroad in Argentina, and he did military service in 1983, pardon me. Interesting. I doubt that means he has any combat experience. Let's see what we have here. Well, let's go to the listener. There's a chat session with Joseph Langley. Hello, am I talking to Joseph Langley? Hello there, yes you are, and who would you be? I'm Juliet, Cassandra's friend. We spoke a couple of days ago. Ah, yes, of course. Hey Juliet, how can I help you? By the way, I heard from Cassandra. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you yet. Honestly, I don't quite know where to start. Really? That's good. Where is she? It's not so good. She got arrested. What? Why? Yeah, I'd rather explore his connection to Delacroix as well, because I totally know what you mean. Mysteriousness happening there. I was informed Cassandra has been taken into custody. Apparently they have new evidence regarding the attack on that officer. I tried to call immediately, but they claimed she didn't want to talk to me. That's their official statement. Where did they suddenly